Welcome to the Lynn Miller Room. In this edition of the Eagles Sports Coaches Show, we're joined by Rob Tenyer, football coach here at Morehead State University. And, Coach, lost Eastern Kentucky on Saturday night, but a huge crowd, another huge crowd, 8,000 people, over 8,000 people came to Jane Stadium. And I know it's a loss, but you could see the improvement from the last game until the EKU game.
Well, I think you go back to the very first game, and we've made progress each week. Well, obviously, there's always something you can work on, and not having a winning contest yet, you definitely have some things to work on. But our progress is excellent. I'm really excited about where we're at, and the effort and the passion and energy we played with Saturday night. If we can do that the rest of the way, we're going to be in great shape. Our young men played hard. They were, that was a big, physical, tough football team. And at one point it was 24-17, and on paper that shouldn't have been the case. And so I'm proud of our guys. I'm not a moral victory type of guy, but the way we played and the way we played together and the energy we had on the sideline, those are all the things that we took from this contest, and hopefully you utilize moving forward.
I noticed something that you, as a coach, may not, care for about, but the red zone. When you got in the red zone against Eastern Kentucky, you were 3 of 3. And anytime you get within the 20, you have to put some points on the board.
That's important, and we've talked about that before, Jay, and that we were really good in the red zone last year. We're like 88% in the red zone, and I think we were 2 for 2 actually, or 3 for 3 touchdowns. So. Real excited about that, and our field goal team made some improvements, made a long kick. I think it was a 43 or 44-yard field goal that Luke kicked, and
that's 3 in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we've made some strides there, and had some issues with our punt team. We got to figure that out, and it was just a couple missed assignments is all it was, and we got to have 11 guys doing the right thing each play.
Davidson rolls into town. Of course, they're led by the senior quarterback, Jonathan Cardhuff, and he's threw for 464 yards last week in a loss. We've seen him over the years, and, he's made the progression of being a pretty good quarterback.
He has, and he's – he understands schematics, and he understands coverages, and he can look off safeties, and he's a good little quarterback, and I have a lot of respect for him, and our players do as well. So a little different preparation this week. The last 2 out of 3 weeks we've really prepped for some really run-oriented teams. Now Davidson's obviously going to run it, try and line up and run a little bit, but their niche is throwing the football.
1 o'clock will be the kickoff, 12:30 airtime or 12:25 airtime on the ESN, and these young men would love to see another big crowd. The 2 crowds we've had at home have been great, and these young men have worked hard, and they deserve the backing still. And I know a lot of people in the Morehead area is not giving up on this team yet.
No, and we really appreciate that, and the community has been great. Really want to encourage our students to stick around this weekend and come out and support us. It's the first afternoon game we've had at Jane Stadium. It should be a lot of fun. And I challenge our fans and the folks that are supporting us to make it 3 games with 8,000 people at Jane Stadium. That'd be a special atmosphere.
Yes, it will. Of course, 8,300 against Pikeville, 81 against Eastern Kentucky, and we're looking for another big crowd Saturday afternoon. 1 o'clock, Davidson comes to town for a PFL game. That's going to do it with Coach Rob Tenyer. We'll come back with more. This is the Eagles Sports Coaches Show.